Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to watch some clips from some public lobbies or some scrim lobbies, and we're going to play out the clip and then we're going to break it down how it's done. So the first clip here, now I can't figure out how to catch the sound from this clip, but it's fine for now. First clip here is in a public lobby and they've just taken our cargo. So let's watch what happens here with the cycle movement here. Okay, so now let's take this back again. What's happening now is as I approach, look at my trigger hair here. Now I'm hitting Stuck with some E11 shots. I switch to my cycler. My trigger hair is in the area where Stuck is, roughly. Now I know that he's going to roll. He's a bit low, but I know he's going to roll. And I know the distance roughly of what the roll is. So I'm not going to be aiming at him. I'm going to be aiming where his roll is going to finish. So let's watch this out. It's here. Can we see that? There. Let's have a look back again. See, he rolls here. Yeah. He's coming up. He's just rolled behind there. And I flicked where I predicted he's going to land. So I'm not actually aiming at him. I've lined my trigger hairs up roughly in that area here, and then I'm going to predict where he's going to end his roll. I can't even see him at the moment here. Yeah, you can see that. So part of this here is just getting your shots lined up before you do them, and also gauging where the opponent is going to finish their roll, where they're going to end up. So in this case, I've got my trigger hairs roughly where Stuck is going to be here, and then can gauge where his roll is. I know the distance here, so just a little flick there and he's dead. Now this play here, I want to watch this as this unfolds. Okay, we're going to watch again. Can you see that? Oops. So we see this here. I've just landed a headshot. Can you see the opponent here? Can you see the opponent here at all? Because I can't. But if you look here, I've just landed a headshot on Stuck again. So how was this possible? Was this a fluke? Nope, not at all. Now, let's break this down here. So we're going up through here. Now, the one thing I am looking at when I look at this is the mini-map, okay? Now, I know how fast someone's going to run, and I can gauge this, okay? So I'm coming up through here. The cargo carrier is roughly here. He's got an escort here as well. Any good cargo player will always escort the cargo carrier. Now I can see here, this is the area I've got to play with, yeah? The opponent might come in front of this area, but I'm going to gauge that they're going to come through this area because they've seen me running on the radar towards it. So they're going to come through here behind this object here. So now all I've got to gauge is the cargo carrier here. So I'm going to make a prediction that that cargo carrier is going to completely run to obviously put the cargo back. So I know how fast roughly someone runs in the game, and also know how tall someone is, so I can then predict where their head is going to be. Okay, so we watch this here as I come through. I can't even see the player. You see that? I've landed the shot. It happened to be Stuck here again, who wasn't the cargo carrier. I come through. Let's watch the mini map. Watch the mini map. I've made the prediction roughly where my opponent is going to be using the mini map down here, getting a feel of how fast someone's going to run, and just to time that. So I've just shot ahead of him here. I've gauged it, and I can't even see where my opponent is. There's no, if you even look at this clip here, you can't even see where the opponent is, because if you can see that, then maybe I've just missed it, but I can't see where the opponent is here. So this is another example of just gauging, you know, thinking ahead about what your opponent's going to do, knowing how fast someone runs, and a little bit of prediction where they're going to be in this situation. This situation Golden has killed 2 of my teammates. I only have 1 teammate down here, and it's me. Okay. Now this is another play of getting used to your thumbs, to do your flicks, because in close range the Cycler is quite deadly. It can be a one kill gun. So let's watch this out. So I'm coming here, I'm getting the cargo, I'm getting shot down. Puffy here says he's 1 HP. I chuck a grenade to shield myself coming through. Puffy comes around here, boom. I do the Cycler flick, I get a headshot, he's dead. Okay, so let's watch it again, how it unfolds. I've chucked the grenade here. Puffy's coming around. If we look here, Puffy's coming around. He has rolled, so he started to roll just from here below where my logo is. I know where roughly he's going to come up from his roll. This is where I can time my shot. I come up and I get the flick here. In this case, this wasn't so much of a right thumb flick. This was more of a body movement. As you can see here, I've literally just moved mainly my body. Here, I've kind of moved from the left to the right. I haven't used my right aiming stick as much here to flick him. I've just used my left stick here in this case. Okay, so the next clip is another example of getting used to that thumb movement. Here, the opponent comes up here. I see him jetpack up. I aim in, and I kill him like that. Okay. So what I'm doing here is, if you notice, the opponent's coming down now. It's coming up. Now he's coming down. I have my Cycler there. Now if you notice, it pulls straight to the right. That's fine, because I can easily pull it back left with my thumb. So straight to the right and bam. Now like that. This is the beauty when you master the flicks, when you get that thumb movement, you can make really quick adjustments like that. So the opponent comes down, I miss him to the right, flip back to the left. That's the beauty of doing, getting your thumb movements on point, is you can quickly make adjustments to your Cycler. This next clip is another example of tracking an opponent with a flick. So you can see here I am, my Cycler's out. Here's the cargo carrier, and he's going to the right. Let's watch what happens here. Chuck it to thermal in, get my scope out, I flick him. Yeah. So I come over here. Let's go back. I'm tracking him with my scope, and there's a flick. Okay, so that's all part of judging where your opponent's going to run to as well. So judging where he's going to run to, where he's going to end up, where you're going to shoot, and obviously getting that feel with your thumbs in that situation. So in this example, there's a dude that's going to come onto a blaster cannon. So I know there's a blaster cannon there, he's come off of it. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm lining up the shot. See here, I just come from here. I've lined up the shot. Now I can't shoot him from here, but I can jump and shoot. So I'm literally lining up the shot, anticipating the distance when I do the jump. So I'm lining up the shot slightly below him, so that when I do jump, he gets the headshot. So I'm lining up here, jump up, and I kill him like that. So this one here, I've just died. I'm in a match against Stuck here. Again, this is another one on Stuck. Sorry, Stuck, I love you. Another quick flick, so let's watch how it goes. I've just spawned. I come in here. There we go, bang. Headshot, yeah? So let's go into how this happened. So let me see here. Right, as I come up, Stuck is there. Now, he's just rolled, okay? He was here, he's rolled. I know roughly where he's going to end up in that roll, okay? This is part of improving your flicks, okay? So I know where the opponent's going to move to, and all I have to do is just make sure that my shot lands somewhere roughly there, okay? He does his roll with his little bunny hop, but he can't get out here, okay? So he's done the roll here. He's into his little bunny hop with the roll, so he's going to roughly land just around here. That's fine, because my Cycler's out here, and I know that I've got to get it around there. Here we go. Bam. In this case, let's have a look at this one. It wasn't more of a scope flick, this one. This was more of having my trigger hairs roughly on where the opponent is. So Opponent's here, but I know he's going to move. He does his roll with his bunny hop, and I've simply just turned my my crosshairs over to him. I haven't even scoped in this one here, and I've come in from the right. So I've come in like this, okay, from an angle, because there's a direction change here as well. It's not a straight on shot. I've come in at a direction, so it's gone across, like across his face. That shot there. So that is a beautiful example of, again, predicting where your opponent's going to end up and also where have your crosshair trigger placement and knowing where your crosshairs are going to end up when you move it here, like this. Right, in this example, I've just chucked a grenade at this dude here, and I've zoomed in because I'm trolling him a little bit. But then I get caught off guard by another opponent, and let's see what happens. So what, the grenade comes in, kills the opponent, the guy shoots me, bam, here, land the headshot. Okay, this is what you, if you really want to practice, you know, having a feel for where your crosshair is going to go, get into lobbies like this, okay, with people like that you can practice on. In this case, if we look again, scopes out, it's more of a body movement here. Okay, so I'm rolling, I jump, and I slightly move my right thumbstick, but it's not too much of a right thumbstick here. If you look at even at my controller here, it's more the left, so I'm moving the body as I do it. So I come in here, there we go, yeah? So the crosshair is going to come, back again. So I'm rolling, I jump up here, and then I'm simply going to just turn my crosshairs. And it hits him coming down as well. So that's another thing, it's not just a headshot straight on. I'm predicting where my trigger is going to end up as I come down, in this case on this poor guy's head. In this case, in this scenario, someone's escorting the cargo carrier. He gets dispensed off by the DH-17 or thermal detonator here. I know who's coming in, okay? He's coming in because the symbol's there. Obviously I can't see him on the radar, but it's fine. He's only got two places to go. He's either got to go up here or he's going to go across there. Chances are he's going to go across here. Either way, I'm lining up my cycler ready for him. So I'm lining up here. He can go up there if he wants. My trigger hair's near here. He can come towards me if he wants. My trigger hair is getting lined up, ready for that flick. In this case, I just let the opponent walk across my trigger hairs and just get killed that way. Again, so we watch here. Here we go. He could have come at me and tried to kill me, but I would have just flicked left slightly and killed him that way. In this situation, I've had an opponent that is shooting from here in a rebel base, so I know that there's someone here. So I go to roll, and I turn back straight away. This is how fast it is. See, he's already dead. Okay, this isn't sped up, by the way. This is all real time. So what I've done here, if you notice, my crosshairs are roughly in the area, okay? And all I have to do is just quick aim in and a quick flick here, okay? But this happens really quick. It's so hard just to break it down. But if we go here, I turn around here, I get shot at, bam, yeah, he gets a headshot. Coming in, let's go back a bit. See there, I aimed roughly here, and it's just a quick flick, yeah? This is another example of zooming in and flicking up, yeah? Zoom into the opponent, flick up, yeah? So I've got the rough aim where it is, and I do a flick. Again, the next one as well, this time coming from the left. The first one was coming from bottom to the top, this one was from the right to the left. In this situation here, I know roughly there's an opponent around here. Okay, he actually comes out, he's been playing around, hiding behind this thing here. I know roughly he's either going to come from here or he's going to come from there. If he's going to come from here, then it's GG's to him, because he's probably going to end up dead if he were a good cycler. If he does come from here. My trigger hairs are roughly there. All I have to do is a quick zoom in, quick flick, and he's dead. If you watch this, there we go. Zoom in and then a little flick here. There we go. Bam. Like that. That's all about learning where your opponent's going to be. In this situation, I aim roughly where the level or where my opponent can be ducking, and all I have to do again is just another quick flick. Here we go in here. Look back again. Coming in. There we go. There's the flick. I mean, roughly where my opponent could be, head level, anywhere around here it can be. He just happens to pop up here, so I can do a quick flick. He's dead. There we go. There's the flick. Yeah. So you're aiming roughly where the opponent's going to be, and you can do a little quick flick to get those headshots. But it does take mastering of your thumbs to do this type of stuff. In this situation here, I have an opponent who's just chucked a shot grenade. He chucks it here. My cycler, before I was coming around this corner, was roughly at the same level as what somebody's head would be as they come out. So he's chucked his shot grenade, put his shield up. Bit of a pussy play. But it doesn't matter because I've got a cycler and the scope is near roughly where his head's going to be. So all I'm doing as I move around, just have to do that and bam, I kill him. I didn't get a headshot, but it's quite a close combat shot anyway, so it doesn't really matter in that situation. He's dead. In this situation, I know that my opponent's going to probably climb up here, so I'm just getting my scope just roughly where the opponent's going to be, and then I can make a last minute alteration to do a quick little kill on him here. If you see here, and up I go. See that? Up. Comes up, he's dead. Yeah? I've placed my trigger near where he's going to be, and all it takes is a slight little adjustment, and the opponent's dead. In this situation, my opponent's killed my partner, so obviously they've been highlighted. So now roughly I can prepare my cycle shot. The good thing about not actually aiming for the head, but instead somewhere near the body, then doing a flick to the head, is that if I don't get a headshot, if I hit their body, they're still pretty weak, okay, and I can just finish them off. Whereas if I always try and aim for the head, I could miss it if I go higher, if that makes any sense. If I go lower, it's fine. It's, you know, it still does quite a bit of damage. So here, I come here, I get my scope roughly. It's not near his head though, but look, I'm coming in, not near his head as well. Peek round here, and I do a little flick here. Just happens to get near his head, okay? But that's fine, he's dead. So again, that is aiming behind something as well as doing the flick. That shot there, mate, I love that. Okay, this one here. I know roughly there's an opponent somewhere around here, okay? So what I do here is I chuck a thermal and come up, get that flick on my opponent there. So with regards to my trigger hairs, I've chucked the thermal, I've got my trigger hairs near it, and it's a little scope and flick up, okay? In that situation, again, it's getting it roughly in the area, but also it's to do with the thumbs, to do with those last minute adjustments. This clip I love as well. Right, in this situation, someone's shooting me here, so I've got Hennessy, he's shooting me here with the DH. I was exchanging fires with him, but notice what's going to happen up here. I've got an opponent up here, my cycler's nearly charged. Up there again, okay, get a headshot, boom. Yeah, again, that's part of tracking and the flick. So I'm tracking the opponent here, opponent's going up here, it's a bit blurry, and then I'm moving around and doing a little flick. Okay, in this situation I have to flick just in front of the opponent because that's where the opponent's running into, and the headshot. This is another shot I love. My opponent's jetpacking towards me. This is about timing, so this is knowing when roughly your opponent's gonna start to land, in this case where their head is going to meet your trigger hairs. So we look here, get it lined up, bam, opponent's dead. Okay, so that is again getting a feel for the opponent. So he's coming in, I know roughly where his head's going to drop, so it's in line with my trigger hairs, bam, he's dead. love this clip as well. This is in a drop zone tournament. We've got Loon Star, he's just killed my partner. He's been highlighted. So I'm getting my triggers here. Now if you notice, that's nowhere near Loon Star's head here, which I eventually take off with this shot. The main thing is that I've judged it so that when I jump on this object, my trigger hairs, that elevation jumping onto here means that my trigger hairs will be elevated where they'll meet Loon Star's head. If you look here, jump up, bam, I land the headshot just here. No, it's not on Loon Star, sorry, it's on a swap, either way. But if you notice, watch it again, I'm lining up the trigger hairs just here, and then I jump up, and I don't even have to move my crosshairs until the very last minute when I do a slight little adjustment here, a little flick. But the flicks, part of the end of it, is just to hone in your shot. So in this situation here, there's an opponent and there's already a man turret that's been placed down. The opponent runs from this direction to the right. Now I have a feeling that that dude's going to want to be on that man turret. So I'm lining up my crosshairs just roughly in the area with that in mind. So let's have a watch. He's on this turret, bam. All it is a quick little flick. Poor guy's dead. Yeah, so I've got the area roughly where he's going to end up. There we go. Yeah, just like that. That again is getting to know your opponent and what he may do, but also aiming in with anticipation that you're going to do a quick little late minute flick. Like here, you see the aim here, it's just here, not near the opponent, but that's fine because I can just do a little flick over here. Like that. In this case, it's more of a slow movement. In this situation, I've got an opponent, he's fighting over here, he's took a couple of shots off, we can see here, he's took a few shots at me, and he's going back over here. I've got my crosshairs roughly in the area. So he took a few shots, he's come off. I've got my crosshairs roughly where I think he's going to come out and peek. But I'll pull back. Bam, he's dead. Now what you notice is, as I come through here, he's took a few shots, I've lined up the shot, but then I pull back. Did you see that? I pull back my crosshair from aiming, but I didn't move it, okay? I didn't move where the crosshair is. Enables me to quickly get the shot off. You see here, again, I'm aiming in, I pull back out, don't move it, bam, like that. Again, I've positioned the crosshair roughly where my opponent is predicted to be. What I've done here is I've used the cover. This is a bit different from the second flick. I've used the cover here just to line up, okay? So now just flick to my cycler here. I've used the cover of this wall just to line up. So I've done most of the work just here, okay? So I don't have to move it drastically when I come in. Now, when I first do this, for some reason, sometimes this game doesn't fire, but I missed the trigger didn't work for some reason. So okay, I'll put it back again. Again, I line it roughly up, and then I've got it in the area near the opponent. All it is a little quick flick. Okay, so here, I've lined up the shot just behind the wall, roughly, come up, I missed the first one, well I got that one there, and I do a quick flick, okay? So let's look at the next one here. Here, again, the opponent is coming through. See where my trigger, this is where I'm actually aiming. If you look here, the opponent is here. I'm not even near the opponent. Okay, but look, the main thing about doing this is it's really fast. Okay, so once you have the aim here, I can then do flicks wherever this opponent could go. He could go up here, you could go here, you could go back. But if I've got that muscle memory from a flick and I'm already aiming, it means I don't have to do too much work and it's quite quick. See here, bam, dead. Okay, so I've just come up, I know he's running in, I aim up here, opponent's moving around, so comes in, bam, dead. Okay, so that's a good thing. Get your aim, you don't have to aim directly at the opponent, you can aim in the vicinity of the area and as long as you've got that thumb muscle memory, you can do a quick flick and fire your shot. Okay. The good thing about this is if I was to aim at this opponent, get him the trigger hairs on here. If he moves, I've got to set that aim up again. So by doing something like this, getting most of the work done, he can move where he wants. As long as I've got that muscle memory from my thumb, I can do a quick flick and bam, he's dead. Like this. Bam. Dead like that. In this clip, let's watch it out here. I'm not actually took the cycler shot, but you do notice I'm preparing the cycler shot here. So what I'm doing here is I'm chucking my grenade out. My crosshairs are roughly in the area where he is. I've got my normal gun out, the DH-17. The crosshairs are roughly in the area. I flick over and my cycler's out. In this case, I didn't need to use it because my opponent's dead. But I've got my crosshairs roughly where it is. With my normal gun, you see that? Flick. I've chucked the grenade. My DH is out. Now I'm going to my cycler. Coming over, do a little switch. There, ready for him. Again, this is another thing here. This is the flick. Let's have a look at this shot here. I can see my opponent here. Again, I'm seeing my opponent roll. My opponent's just moved from here and he's coming here. He's rolled. Look at my aim is. My aim's not even on the opponent. I'm aiming near him. But I can do a quick flick like that. I move up the scope. Down, up like that. Bam, dead. So, you know, just because you're aiming at the start doesn't mean you have to take the shot while you're aiming. Here, that's my aim. Or this is actually my moving up. My actual original aim is it's so quick. This is the thing, it's so quick once you master this. It's just before there. I've pointed it up and then I'm flicking it up. See, I'm pointing it roughly here and I'm flicking it up and taking the shot. That's the thing, once you master these flicks, and you get people calling you a mouse on keyboard player, and I tell you, that is a compliment when you're using controller because it shows that you're mastering the fun. This is another example here. My opponent has literally lasered me and I'm taking cover here. Okay, let's watch this. Notice I haven't even got my cycler out. My DH triggers around here. Now I've got my cycler out. Let's watch this here. Okay, let's set that back. And then I flick him like that. Now, let's break this down. So I've got my DH out, I'm getting my DH trigger hairs there, then I get my cycler out. Now I've got cover here, okay? Looking, I aim towards roughly where he's going to be, predict where he's going to move, so he's going to move around here, and all I need to do is do a quick flick and a track to kill him. Let's watch this. There he goes, bam, he's dead. Yeah? I did the aiming behind cover. Now I know if I was to shoot this here, it won't kill him first of all because it's not on him, and obviously this object is here in the way. But I'm getting my crosshairs in the area where it needs to be to allow me to do a quick flick and kill him like that. So I've exposed myself for a little bit to get the headshot, and then I've pulled straight back. Here's another example, similar example. I've taken damage from an opponent, I'm taking shelter, and I'm trying to line up a shot here. So I'm behind cover. I'm trying to get my scope roughly where my opponent's going to be. See here, if I was to shoot this here, obviously this object's in the way, but I know my opponent's roughly going to be up on here. So I'm getting my crosshair ready for that. So when I move to the right over here, and my character moves slightly to the left, I know the trigger hair is going to be in the area where roughly this person is. So I pull up here, he comes in, I come out, bam, he's dead. Okay, so you can line up shots behind objects and then anticipate where you're going to be to land that shot. Here's another classic example. Here I'm going to take shelter behind an object as my opponent starts to shoot me and I realise where he is. I line up the shot behind this object and simply move out of the way to take it. Watch here, I'm getting shot here, line up the shot, bam, there. You see, I've lined the shot up. I'm lining up here, okay, in the vicinity where it is. Now this isn't the opponent's head here, but it's pretty close to it. So what it means is now I can just pull out a slight little tweak of the thumb, and I land myself a headshot. Pull out, there we go. See? Here's another good play. So I've just been in a gunfight. That's after this one. I've just been in a gunfight with an opponent. The opponent is going to take some cover just behind here. Let's watch this. Now I've got my crosshairs out. I'm coming around. The opponent's just around here. But you notice the whole body movement comes up. You see that? Let's have a look again. So it's roughly near his head, but in this case he's low, so it doesn't matter. And as well with the Cycler Rifle, if it's quite close, it's usually a 1 kill. But notice the body movement here of my player. Come up. Can you see that? The player's moving right. So as I move right with my left stick, my trigger hair is also moving right. And I managed to catch the opponent here. Not only that, I actually get cover. So if I watch this again, moving here, come through here.